Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so it's time for Scraplift Crafternoon, a hop where a group of my friends and I find inspiration, then we share it with you and try and scraplift. And this is Lillian, and her Instagram and all our other social media information that we have will be below. And I loved the simplicity but the really fun look of this layout. So I've decided, since I am on, I'm trying really hard to use up some of my Obed Marshall. I bought tons of it and I have so much, 3 different collections and everything. And I kind of got away from scrapbooking with pastel, and that's predominantly what it is. So I have my papers, I have my embellishments, lots of embellishments, this really fun picture, and this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. Okay. So I am using the Fantastico collection, and she does not have hers, whatever, by what I can see, hers is not matted. And I went ahead and matted mine to ground this page a little because it's, solid white. And also because I wanted to bring a little blue in. And, excuse me, I didn't have it in the strips of paper, although I had plenty of paper. I was trying to use scraps. So these are all 3 pieces from a scrap. I did use a full white paper with the little lines on it and the background blue paper, which I end up using for matting my picture as well as matting the page. And I got this collection, I believe it was a paper pad, and it only has 1 of each paper. So I'm trying to be cautious with that. However, I need to use this stuff up. Y'all don't understand. I bought almost everything there was to get with these collections. Then I have already used an entire collection of Buenos Dias and bought it almost all of it all over again because I loved it so much. And now have kind of gotten away from scrapbooking too much, like I said, with pastels. And so, yeah. So I have 3 boxes, like my containers that I hold my collections in, full. And I've got to use it, you all. I've got to use it. I would love to get it condensed to where I can keep all 3 collections in 1 box and 1 ephemera bin. But for now, they are in 3. They're separated because I have all 3. So right now what I am doing is getting one of my first strips down. I have already taken a pin and made my lines. It is a Faber-Castell artist pin. I honestly couldn't tell you where I got it. Normally I use my Zig pins or my, well, I don't even know, but I've got a bunch of pins in my collection, but this one just happens to be sitting on my desk. So I just traced around with a ruler instead of she's got stitching, and I mean, that's gorgeous. I just don't stitch very often. I will be shocked if the paper Snob does not stitch. I'm giving her a layout that is literally got stitching everywhere. And so if she didn't stitch, I'm going to be just surprised. I hassle her all the time, and I think it's gorgeous. I love the look of stitching on a layout. I think it is amazing. I just have carpal tunnel, and I'm also impatient. I'm a quick scrapper, and so if it's going to take me more than 45 minutes to an hour to do a layout, I typically am not on board. So it looks like, and I'm almost positive, on her layout, the white section where the picture is actually paper, because it looks like there's some dimension. So I'm pretty sure she actually has a piece of white paper there, and I thought that was really cool. So instead of doing that, if I had 2 pieces of this paper, I think I might have done that. But since I don't, I went ahead and just drew the line straight on the background. And in the end, this does not turn out the way I kind of envisioned it in my head, but actually I love the way it turns out. So, so sorry. My allergies are kicking my patootie, and my throat feels like I've swallowed an egg and it's just hanging out in my throat. So I had to make sure that I Googled the interpretations of these words, or the translations of these words, I mean. And because I've looked at them before, I bought a lot of this, and I will say this to be 100% for real. I worked at a school that was a Spanish immersion school for 6 years. And when I bought all these, I was working there. And have lots of pictures and things to document from my time there. I am no longer there, but I still, that was a big part of why. I mean, I love his collections; they're gorgeous, but that was a big part of why it really like stuck with me. And so that's a big part of why I bought, all these Spanish words and everything, so I could use them on those layouts. Now that chipboard that I put down that says the best day, I was going to put that lower, but somehow, and it may have been my ruler, something got like all yucky wonky on my layout. So I put that, the best day there, and I put the picture down lower than I originally planned as well, because there was ink or something smudged there, and I wasn't sure how I was going to be utilizing my embellishments. So I thought if I covered with the picture, at least that would cover the white. And then I ended up putting that the best day, which is fine because all it covers is like the bottom of my boss's legs. So brief explanation of this picture. That wonderful woman next to me, I'm in the middle. The wonderful woman next to me is my current principal. She was my former assistant principal at my previous school, and then got a job as a lead, the head principal at the school I am now at. And the gentleman on the other side was my former principal, the one who broke my heart last year and left the school. And I was devastated. If you've kept up with any of the courageously crafting, scrapbooking through the hard stuff that I did starting back in July, my very first of that series was about that man right there. So he came to have lunch with me and my current principal, my forever principal, because I've told her she's not allowed to leave. Because I love the school that I'm at. Not that I don't love the school I was at, but I needed a little bit of a change, and it just happened to be the perfect school and perfect location because my son is at school right around the corner, and the school I'm at now is where my kids went to school when they were little. And so I knew the people, and of course I knew the principal. So that made a big difference. So anyway, he came and had lunch with us one day right back in March, and it was awesome. It was hysterical. We had a good time. We talked a lot. And then of course he had to go because he had meetings. She had meetings. I had work. We had things to do. All right, so after I got all of the embellishments on that are pretty much reflective of where her embellishments are, I felt like something was missing. So I got my Tim Holtz accent, enamel accents out, and originally thought I would make like little clusters here and there, but then I decided I would just follow the line of the pin marking and make these little dots. And I wasn't sure if I'd do it on all of them or if I would just kind of do it here and there. And after I got the first two done, I decided I was going to do all four. I considered originally doing just the 3 papers, but then added in that middle portion. And I love the way this turned out. I love that extra added emphasis. And so here is Lillian's layout again. Please go check her out. All of her information will be below, at least anything that we have, as well as a link to the playlist where all of my scrappy friends from Scraplift Crafternoon will be linked if they were participating this week. I am super excited. We do have a new friend hopping along with us this week and last week. And so Karen is on here, as well as, like I said, anyone else who is hopping along with us. So I hope you'll go check them out, and I hope you'll come back and see me again really soon, because I should be here every day this month with at least one video, and in some cases 2. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, getting some time for scrapping, and happy scrapping.